Happy time zone viewers, and welcome to our Ghouls in Space one shot for Jasper's game day. Just to get all the official stuff to set the tone, as a warning, this is a mature game and it may explore some dark and troubling themes. These may include, but are not limited to, body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. All of our players have discussed consent and boundaries. We collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our chat. And if you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please feel free to pause and step away. Mental health is every bit as important as physical health. Our streams will be available on YouTube down the road, and you can always come back when you're better prepared, or just, hop into the next game. To set the flavor so you know where we are and why we look the way we do, the year is 2221. Currently, there is active colonization on the moon of just over a century, and Mars, 32 years this month, with mining concerns in the asteroids. This is the first actual interplanetary colony ship leaving the solar system and targeting TRAPPIST-1F using a new technology, the mass coil driver, to break the light speed barrier. The Alcubierre Drace mass coil driver allows ships to get where they need to go pretty quickly. So we're looking at a week to 10 days in travel time. The ISS Beowulf is the first actual colony ship. TRAPPIST-1F is the first identified Earth equivalent world. And we're looking at leaving Geosync station in orbit and taking approximately 9 days to get there. The crew that you see in front of you are 6 ghouls of Perun Gataki, a venerable and ancient Simise who is over 800 years old. These 6 people have been selected to relocate Voivode Gataki to the new planet to stake new territory. Perrin has spent most of his previous surgeries in Turkey and northern Greece. He is of Grecian descent. However, the ghouls are from all over the world. As far as the world of Vampire the Masquerade goes, the Masquerade is still in full force, though there is, of course, a lot of quiet eyes from other places who are watching various things. And as far as these people know, this is the first time a kindred is going to space. Now, let us meet our 6 ghouls before we toss them into a tin can in the vacuum and shake it to see what happens. And we will start with, they're all amazing people. I will start randomly with Pher. Please, if you'd be so kind as to introduce your character.
Hi, I'm Pher. I will be playing Jenny Janvier, basically Perun's personal assistant. Always wearing a pantsuit, even in space.
Thank you very much. And next up, we have Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm playing Lieutenant David Bishop, and my character has been implanted into part of this ship's crew. So we'll see how that goes. Trying to juggle both serving the master and not getting caught while serving the ship.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Savannah, please.
Hi, I will be playing Charlotte May, a coil drive engineer. I am one of the most recent ghouls into the addition. I was chosen specifically for my specialty and my already planned out job on the USS Beowulf.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Rosie, please.
Hello, I am Rosie, regular size mom. You can find me on Twitter at mom_sized. And tonight, this morning, I am playing, I am playing Joy Ramsey, Viking bodyguard to our Domador, very loyal and kind of thrilled to be voyaging again.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Sam.
Hi, I'm Samantha McLarty, and I will be playing Dr. Hannah Morgan. I am the doctor for the colonists that are also on board this lovely Voyager here. And I'm looking forward to seeing what all kinds of things we can get into.
Thank you very much. And to round out the crew of a half dozen, we have Joanna.
Hello, my name is Joanna, and this morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, I will be playing Serena, who is Perrin's HR/recruiting department, and finds the ghouls that will make the best loyal subjects for our Domitor Perron.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And to set the stage, you are all beginning on the ISS, which stands for Intergalactic Spaceship Beowulf. 6 decks in height, a half a kilometer in length, about the height of a 14-story building, roughly, crewed by 85 and carrying 650 colonists plus all of the cargo and luggage that you would need to start a colony on another planet. And let me just check. So we are opening the game on deck 1, which is the primary cargo deck in a smaller cargo space that is sectioned off towards the back on the port side. Those of you who are working on the ship are off shift currently, and you are there because the large white, you could call it a cargo container, you could call it a coffin because it would be that appropriately as well, is brought in from a shuttle by a couple of faceless sorts, along with several matching large white containers that are set, and then these 2 faceless sorts in their jumpsuits stroll out. It would likeliest be Joy Ramsey, who's got the unlocking code, taps it in, and the top, there's a soft hiss, and the top opens up, and Perun sits up and steps out. He looks like a Greek fisherman captain. If any of you are of the age and Canadian enough to remember beachcombers, he looks like Bruno Gerussi with a large beard. He is a stout, broad-shouldered man, about 5'10" in height. He has got long, curly, dark hair and a curly, dark beard that comes down to about mid-chest. And he sits up, gives all 6 of you a look, and then steps out and over to stand up in front of you and goes, "Ah, we are here then on the ship. Yes, I am looking forward to this journey. Here is how it is going to happen. I am going to sleep for the journey. I do not wish to find out how it feels to see the sun in its own domain. I am safest here." And he looks at Jenny and says, "The rest of my cargo is safe and secure. Yes?"
Yeah, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Good. This is good. We are taking the first steps. We are. And he kind of, you can see him just drawing this deep breath and says, "Can you smell that? The people, the blood, the new wait." And he stalks towards the grill for the HVAC system, for the air that flows through the ship. And you can all hear the cartilage snapping a little bit as his face rearranges slightly. And if you've seen how certain bats look with the huge nostrils and that shapes the front of his face, and he breathes in deeper again and says, "No, no, no. This is, oh, the irony. This is interesting.
What's wrong, sir?"
It is one of the Teresi line. I had wiped them out centuries ago, but I can smell his blood. He is one of the degenerates, the followers of the Rose. I am not the first of my kind here. There is another one. This shows great promise. Your task is to bring me his blood. Do it discreetly. I do not wish us to be discovered. The masquerade is to be kept here as much as it is on Earth, but I want this Teresi's blood.
Sir, yes, sir.
Those of you who survive bringing me the blood, I will reward. Those of you who do not, I will replace. And he
As you wish, my Domitar.
He stalks back to his coffin, taps a few numbers in himself, and the bottom opens up and slides out. And you can see in one half, it is filled with gems, jewelry, obvious physical riches. The other half is filled with hard drives. And he goes, good. You will also find, if you need it, Jenny will know which one it is. There is a supply of my blood. Do not bother me until we arrive where we are going, unless it is to bring me the blood of this Teresi. Find him. I want him. Let us make him the last of that line, and finally extinguish these degenerates. And he climbs back into his coffin and says, I look forward to your success. And lies down as the top hisses closed.
Well, that seems like an order. Anybody know where to start? I mean, this ship's pretty new to me.
I suppose I could check manifest logs and whatnot and see if we can find a name.
Yeah, we can open up one of the CDAT terminals, see what's on there.
I haven't been given access.
I can access one of the crew terminals and check over the crew lists as well.
See if
Well, I
anybody
mean,
sticks
I could do
out.
both, but it's probably best if we just split up so that we get it done quickly.
Sure.
I think it's unlikely that Rosie wants to double check. This is a Toreador. Okay, cool. I'm glad they're almost all dead. Victory to our victory to our Domador.
Wow.
Anyway, if our Lord smelled him through the ventilation, I doubt that he is similarly resting. He's probably about and mobile, and we can watch for odd behavior.
Oh, and the Rose's particular penchant for standing out, liking to be in the spotlight. Let's hope that this individual is not too difficult to find.
If they do like to stand out, then they're probably on our deck. You know, the more opulent one.
I mean, technically, any one of us could go room to room, person to person, doing temperature checks, maybe, making sure no one is ill on board.
Did the passenger, I'm assuming my blood work would have been like sort of taken care of by somebody else, but would everybody else, the passengers and crew, have had to give some kind of blood sample before entering the ship?
There wouldn't necessarily have been, actually, yeah, there would have been, because there would have been a full physical done in order to make sure that everyone can handle space without becoming ill.
That's somewhere to start, I guess.
We could check the personal cargo area to see if there's any great works of art registered to a particular passenger.
Good idea.
art, music, anything of that nature. But I think the easiest way to sort out who is who is going to be the fact that this person is going to be much colder than everyone else. And if they manage to get on board, you can almost guarantee that they had somebody sort of rig with the documentation and exams.
This vessel is equipped with sensors that could potentially detect discrepancies in temperature.
Well, there we go. Look for the coldest.
We should
Seems
get
we have
started.
our course of action.
All right, then.
Okay, so who is checking what?
Bishop will go to one of the wherever the closest CFAT terminal is,
At the end of the hallway.
Yeah.
and I don't know if Charlotte wants to come along and use it as well. She's probably a little more tech savvy than Bishop is.
Well, actually, Charlotte's got a particular, her access code gives her the ability to turn CDATs, which are dumb terminals, into CFATs, which are the full access terminals. So you don't even have to leave the cargo area.
It's true. So yeah, we can just go to one of the CDAT terminals that are right nearby, and she can enter in her access codes.
Okay. Now, there are two ways to access the computer terminals. You can do it the old-fashioned way with typing, or you can use the artificial human interface. Which one are you going to use?
The old school way.
Okay, excellent. So, yeah, she types it in, brings up a variety of things. Okay, give me a second here just to take a quick look. All right, where is Lieutenant Dan? Or Lieutenant David? I got all that wrong. Okay. So if both you and Charlotte could give me an investigation plus intelligence roll, please.
Investigation.
Meanwhile,
Not a
Ms.
great
Jan-
tool for David.
Ms. Janvier, if you could also give me an intelligence plus investigation roll as you're checking, I would assume, for any registered artwork or something that kind of tips off that information.
What's the goal number?
Oh, just successes.
I crit.
6 and up. Oh, nicely. Crit with how many?
2 10s.
Oh,
Yeah, and then 3 other successes.
geez. Beautifully
Uh,
done.
oh,
Only one success for me.
I rolled successes on all my dice and I got a 10.
Nice. Okay. So, Ms. Genevieve, you find that there are several noted shipment crates that don't initially say anything about art, but a little bit of digging, you do indeed find them. They have been supplied and they are connected to the Nordic suite, which is one of the biggest suites on the ship. It's listed under the name of Charlotte Industries.
Okay.
And For Lieutenant Bishop and Engineer May, you find that there is indeed a temperature discrepancy as the ship is preparing to leave dock. Everyone is supposed to, of course, be in their cabins. But it is indeed, there is a discrepancy in the Nordic suite and a flag saying that the sensors should be checked because it seems that they are not operating properly.
Can I tell what kind of artwork it is?
Several paintings, and then several like jewelry pieces, very small, well-designed pieces. Nothing that would be fantastically missed, you think?
Mhm. Well, I will make a note to myself to make sure all that cargo is moved over to my master's when this is all taken care of.
Excellent. You will also find that the Nordic suite, and by digging a little further, Jenny is able to find out the Nordic suite is booked in 3 names, even though it is 6 rooms. It was booked under Charlotte Industries. There are probably a dozen people staying there, but the 3 top names are Benjamin Lammas, Gregory Ardennes, and Carla Ardennes.
I'll make a note. I note those down as well, and just try to like maybe do some cross references with like crew manifests or and passenger manifests and whatnot. Yeah.
Anything specific you're looking for?
I just like, because Perrin has pretty much gotten his ghouls in all sorts of places on the ship. I guess I want to see if like this Toreador has perhaps done the same thing.
That's a good avenue of investigation. And we'll pause for just a second to thank Joy and Tom Clow for your donation. That is greatly appreciated. We're over $400 and we're coming up on our first giveaway really shortly. So stay tuned and keep watching, people. Roll me another investigation plus intelligence, please.
Okay. Not that great this time. Only 2 successes.
As far as you can tell, there are no connections with any of the crew.
Okay. Would I know if like, let's say, what is the person's name? Can I tell like if like crew members have gone to that cabin like for like maintenance or anything like that since we've been on board?
Not really. There's standard maintenance schedules, but even with digging, there's no patterns that stand out to you.
Okay, cool. Okay.
And we'll do another quick shout out for donations to Belshare and Circedon, which I hope I pronounced that properly. That is fantastic. Thank you. Beautiful. Okay, so you may have targets. Do you have a plan?
Is it safe to assume that these findings have been discussed with the rest of the group?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, perfect.
I could do a med check. Just to confirm.
The general himself believed that he had wiped this bloodline out, and yet apparently an individual has slipped through the cracks, so it's safe to assume that whoever we're dealing with is going to be pretty clever. You're a doctor, yes, Miss
Yes.
Morgan. Out of character, are you part of the crew?
Nope.
As a civilian, it may be a little suspect if you just start randomly checking in on people, but perhaps we can engineer a way when the time comes to
No,
give you that
technically.
opportunity.
I'm supposed to be the
could-
doctor for the colonists, so it's only fitting if I introduce myself.
That's
Well, there
fair.
you go.
And
Go door to door. Go door to door and be charming and welcome them and introduce them to our lovely doctor here.
I think that's a great idea. And if they're less than accommodating, I can get into a bar brawl with them later or something. So they have to see you. But
Okay,
let's try to be
not
nice.
necessary. We'll take it slow. We'll take it slow and we'll, you know, have them love us as our Domitor loves us.
I wonder if I could perhaps fudge the documentation a little bit, make it seem like there's an issue with their payments to get on board the ship. If our plan with the doctor doesn't work out.
I could
Absolutely.
certainly give myself and some of the security team to intervene, if nothing else.
So,
And if all that fails, I can just cause a power outage in their suite. And then I have to go fix it.
Here's a
lots
thought.
of ways to determine if we are dealing with the correct people. Brilliant.
Would there be a way to remote access any windows in their suite? Perhaps let a little sunlight in?
Most of the ship is windowless. There's an observation bubble off the front of deck 4, but other than that, there are no windows in any of the suites. However, there are cameras and microphones in all the suites.
Which you would have more access to, Lieutenant.
I'll see what I can find.
All right,
Once-
then.
Once we've determined these are the people we are seeking, perhaps I could maybe have a tour for them and we can get them alone somewhere.
Seems like the best course of action once we determine that.
Indeed.
All right. We know what we're going to be doing. Shall we? Then?
Doctor, why don't I join you on your tours?
Good idea. I think that your bedside manner would probably be much more appreciative than mine.
Well, we try.
And then-
How
yeah.
long would it be before the crew has to report for their next shift?
Actually, as you are kind of wrapping up your discussion here, the speakers would come to life and you would hear, "This is Captain Paul Francis Chang. Thank you very much for journeying with us on the ISS Beowulf today. If all passengers could please report to the cabins and all crew to your active stations. We are about to be inserted into the mass coil driver and will be attaining light speed somewhere in the next 1,400 kilometers. Thank you." Noting that speakers work a whole lot better now than they did 200 years in the past, so it doesn't sound like you're on the Toronto subway.
Oh, new geese now.
And we're going to give, as everyone heads to their duty stations, we're going to give another quick shout out to Twin Dad Twitches. Thank you very much. And they're just starting the $30 Talon and Claw gift card giveaway. So get yourselves inserted in there. And thank you for Actin' Foolish and Darling Creepshow for the giveaways. Oh, donations, something. I don't know. People are talking in my ear here and chattering at me.
Donations. Yeah,
Donations,
they
excellent.
donated.
Thank you.
We've met $500 of our goal, and so giveaways are starting for Talon and Claw gift cards.
Fantastic. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to assume everyone heads to your duty stations and to your cabin, and it's about
That's
an
it.
hour of being where you need to be before there is not really an indication in the ship of the sudden change. There's a little bit of a kind of a feeling of something different, but the announcement comes on, and this is your captain again. We are approaching light speed and on our way. 9 days from now, we should be arriving at TRAPPIST 1F. Again, thank you for journeying on the ISS Beowulf, and we hope everyone has a wonderfully relaxing and boring time.
When we all split up to do our own things, I'm going to head towards the med lab, I'm guessing, and get the med kit and also my prescription.
You carry your prescription with you, and you've got a med kit of your own in your suite. The
Okay.
med lab is up on deck deck 5, which is operations country, which means you would need to bother someone for an escort up because you are quote unquote the civilian doctor.
If I already have the med kit with me in my suite, then I wouldn't have a reason to go. There's no worries on that. I will just go back and get it from my suite and go ahead and take my medication.
Excellent. It's important to make sure that you're feeling
very
healthy.
Important. And then, yeah, after that, then I will start, I guess if Serena is going to be accompanying me, I'll meet back up with her and start going door to door, starting with the floor that those particular individuals are on.
So deck 4, the Lido deck, is the money deck. It's not just the larger staterooms, but it's also the bar and the club and the restaurant and the gambling area and all of the fun entertainments and diversities that are going to keep the passengers from going crazy over the next 9 days. There's the theater. There's even a small bowling alley. If you can imagine it, it's probably in here somewhere. No swimming pool though. The front third is all larger staterooms, and it's one of the places where the three of you have your temporary residence while you're passengers. You're going to find as you go door to door, and I'm going to expect you're not going straight to the Nordic suite. You're going to start and make it look like you're checking everybody. You're running into a lot of moneyed people. They are either young and good looking, old and good looking. There's a lot of coin here among this deck and the people that are on it. When you get to the Nordic suite, you buzz the little doorbell thingy, and the door opens, and there's a stocky looking woman, long blonde hair, fairly well dressed, who's in front of you and says, "Yes, hello, what can we help you with?"
Can I, while I'm talking to her, can I activate my cybernetic enhancement to see if hoping to see if there's a pulse or not?
Yes, you can indeed. That would be wits and awareness, please.
And since I would be with Dr. Morgan, can I do the same with my particular implant?
Yes, you most certainly can.
Wits and awareness.
Yes, please.
Bishop, if he can do so without drawing attention, probably be sort of checking in via the monitors, sort of seeing if he can see them making their way down this hall.
Yeah, give me a intelligence plus subterfuge.
Okay.
6.
Beautiful.
Successes.
You can both tell this one has a pulse.
Noted.
In
And,
having
uh,
active.
Dice are not
Uh,
loving me today. That's only one for me.
Okay. Noted.
In the us having our cybernetic implants activated and enhanced, are we with the heightened sensing anything else in the room that might be unusual or off-putting?
I'm not sure about off-put, but yes, there are a few people in the lounging area past. This is one of the bigger suites. So there's a large lounging area. And then there are 6 doors that come off it, probably into individual suites as well. There are, looks to be 9 or 10 people in there, but you're not getting a sense of enough heartbeats and sounds of breathing as there should be for 8 or 9 people. Most of them look like fairly well-off, wealthy, kind of, you might call them retainers or hangers-on. There are 3 that are of definite note. A tall, slender gentleman with kind of unstylishly these days long hair, who is very, very well dressed. A couple over to one side, sitting on a couch talking animatedly with a few other people. Both of them very tall, 6 foot, he and she, and they look like twins. Blonde hair, chiseled looks, kind of the poster boy kind of look. He's got a chin that you could cut paper with. She's got cheekbones that definitely would threaten people with slicing. Both in matching white jumpsuits. And sitting near them is a very large mastiff.
a mastiff, as in like the dog mastiff.
Yes.
Puppy.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the look on my face. I was like, new plan, steal this dog.
Yes. I'm down for that. This is how we derail the game. We go for the dog.
It's always animals. Okay. Yeah, changeling aim, it's raccoons. Here it's the mastiff. Right. Okay. It's just become Operation Rescue Dog. Explain that one to your Dominator. We have you the blood and we brought you a puppy.
We have a dog now. Yay.
He's the bestest
cute.
boy.
Look how cute he is.
Ear scritches. Sorry. Okay, yeah, I will introduce myself. Hi, I am Dr. Hannah Morgan. I am going to be the doctor for all of the colonists on board once we land, and I was just wanting to introduce myself and see if there's anything that I can do for anyone while we are traveling.
And she says, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Andrea. I'm an employee for, the rest of some of the folk here. All of our medical certificates should be in order. We were checked very thoroughly before leaving Earth. Everything seems to have passed by the station and everything. So no one's got any sniffles or anything. Everybody seems to be in very, very good health at the moment. So,
Wonderful.
it's wonderful to meet you. It's good to put a face to who we would have to talk with, if anything happens, but health-wise. But no, we're all doing quite fine at the moment. Thank you.
Oh, darling, who's your employers? Because we definitely should introduce ourselves directly to them. I am sorry, I'm Serena. I assist Dr. Morgan, and we definitely love to have just a face-to-face with your employers, just to advise them of who we are in case they have any medical emergencies or anything like that, so that we can make sure they know who to come to. Would that be possible?
Oh, most certainly. And she reaches out to shake both of your hands and says, yes, do come in. And she gives you a round of quick introductions that just seem to be kind of like blowing past people. You know, this is David here and Stephen. They do a lot of the heavy lifting, and it's when she gets towards the back of the room and the couches. Give me a second here. Oh, if both of you would like to roll me a composure plus intelligence, please.
One of my best rolls. Thank you.
Five successes.
8 critical.
Nice. Okay, so you get to the slender gent with the long hair, and when he flashes a smile at you, Serena, you are just taken by how wonderfully beautiful this person is and just how amazing they are. Dr. Morgan, you're suddenly feeling a little suspicious of this person because ties go to the defendant. So yeah, you feel that his incredibly wonderful demeanor is plastic, and he's hiding something. And he's introduced as Benjamin Lammas, the social director for Charlotte Industries out of the UK. And he's keeping everyone organized and everything as they go to the new world where Charlotte Industries is looking forward to building a bright new future with the colonists.
I'm going to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I'm going to extend my hand to shake his and introduce myself. Hi, Dr. Hannah Morgan. I will be the attending physician for all the colonists.
And because you are a doctor and so familiar with it, his hand does indeed feel cooler than it should. As he leans forward to shake both of your hands. And then the couple on the couch near him, you are introduced to as Gregory and Carla Ardennes, the two people who are in charge of the entire expedition. And again, they both kind of half get up, shake your hands, sit back down again. The Mastiff is on the couch beside Carla, and she's kind of like stroking its head. And she says, and this is our pup, Carter.
Carter.
And the tail kind of like thumps twice on the couch.
Well, I'm not a vet, but if there's anything that I can do for Carter, bring him by and I will do my best if he should ever need anything.
And Carla says her. Carter is
her.
her.
Sorry, my apologies.
That's okay. You weren't close enough to check. Not that I think Carter would allow people to check. She finds that a little uncomfortable.
I don't blame her.
And you can kind of almost hear a low growl from the Mastiff at those words. And Gregory Ardennes says, so is there anything we can help you with at the moment? Or is this just a social call to say hello?
Just a social call. I am introducing myself to all of the colonists so that they will know, if everyone will know who to come to should they need anything, motion sickness, the typical.
Oh, fantastic. That is wonderful. That's thank you very much. We very much appreciate the social call. We are looking forward to meeting all of our fellow colonists and getting to know everybody a lot more intimately.
I'm sure everyone will be absolutely pleased with that. And I'm just going to stand there awkwardly for a moment and then just like look at Serena, and we have many more to visit, shall we?
Oh, we do. Thank you so much for letting us meet you and have an opportunity to meet your lovely companion here, we will be going. But if you need anything whatsoever, by all means, please let us know. And I'm certain that there's probably an intership kind of like, way to connect. So I give my name and say,
Yep.
anything you need whatsoever, just let us know, and myself or the doctor can help you out.
Yep. And you would let them know you're in suite row B, suite 5.
I actually probably, without contradicting the storyteller, I probably wouldn't say that, only because we kind of don't want them tracking us down.
Okay. Excellent. Yep. Nope.
Connections,
Yes. Yep. Very wise.
Med lab, they can call me, no problem.
Excellent. Okay. So, and again, Benjamin gives you such a smile, Serena, that it's kind of like, oh, okay, this is just wow. And the two of you, Andrea ushers the two of you out. While you're watching bits, Lieutenant Bishop on the monitor for the security station, one of the second lieutenants comes in, Stefan, and says, kind of glances at the monitor and says, is there a reason that we're watching the some of the rich folk?
Just making sure the cameras work.
Okay.
They
Anything
work.
anything particular? Has there been a bug going on, or have we been having issues with cameras or mics?
No, I thought it might be prudent to check though.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's smart.
And Bishop will just sort of close the feed off and carry on with whatever he's supposed to be doing.
Okay. Okay, so what is the group going to now? You've got a few hours before the crew members are off shift.
I'm going to be continuing to go, at least on this deck, introducing myself so that it doesn't look suspicious. And I'm going to drag Serena along with me. And as we are
Yes.
going, I'm just going to lean over and make the comment of, perhaps next time don't be so smitten.
I'm pretty sure that one couldn't be helped. But I will definitely try to not be so smitten. I will try much harder.
Good. That's all I ask.
What did you get from them? Because I think I think they might be the ones that we're looking for, but
Oh, he was. That's why you were smitten.
right. Storyteller, how much would Serena have been told about that bloodline from her Domitor?
Not very much at all, because he was pretty sure it had been wiped out centuries ago. However, Joy would know about the antagonism between the two bloodlines and the fact that Perun had been working to wipe them out from at least his part of the world and every other part of the world that he could reach.
It's been a long and fierce campaign.
Yes, and pretty much all you would know is they are indeed Toreador. It has to do with an insult a long time ago from his equal at that time, Teresi, who was one of the first ones he made sure was taken care of. You're not sure what the insult was, because it actually predates you by a little bit. It was right back when he was a young fledgling himself, about 800 years ago.
Are you talking to me at this moment?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And he's not one to talk about it very much. So yeah, you're the only one that would know that you're looking for a Toreador.
Okay.
Well,
The
everyone
insult
else would have
absolutely-
figured that out.
Everyone else has probably figured that out
Yes.
at this
Yeah.
point. All right.
The insult absolutely was, your shoes are ugly.
100%. And like that Toreador just did not appreciate that Itaki was wearing someone else's feet. That's about it.
So yeah, I will be after letting her know that I'm going to. I'll give her a look and I might be able to sort something out. I can't guarantee what, but and is there like I'm sure that there's like a room or somewhere that we can kind of just slip into that's not occupied, maybe? Even a closet?
I could also slip us into one of the between deck spaces that has little to no monitoring.
So yeah, I just need to, I'm going to, essentially what I'm going to do is I want to go somewhere where there's not anybody else and I'm going to use premonition.
Okay. Fun. This is always good.
See what I can sort out from that one.
Okay. And actually, probably the easiest and most comfortable place to do that would be back at your suite. Because this way you can make sure the door is locked. You're in a comfortable space. You know you won't be interrupted. So give me a second while I just quickly toss that premonition into chat.
Yay. Let's see what I can sort out.
So Serena and Joy would both see Dr. Hannah coming back. Now, are you going to do it in the main area where you know they're there to experience your use of this ability, or are you going to tuck into your own specific room?
I would probably for this one, I'll let them be there. That's fine.
Okay. So once in the suite, Dr. Morgan sits herself down and her eyes kind of roll into the back of her head. And she seems to suddenly become, it's almost like a stiffening of all the muscles for several heartbeats, while she seems to be seeing something in her mind's eye that, well, we'll see what she shares.
Yeah, so once that happens, I'm just, when I actually come out of it, I'm just going to tell them that there was a lot of blood, a whole lot of blood, and the three of them were there, standing amongst it. He, the one that you were so smitten with, he was looming over the other two, the two with the dog. And there's a lot of blood all throughout the corridors of the ship. There's just, it's safe to say that it's not a good sign. But those three are the dangerous ones.
Now it sounds like a boarding party. And Joy's
There's
got
also-
her ceramic axe on her knees and she's making sure it's, you know, this is what she does.
There's also someone else that was there, but I didn't see who it was. It was just a shadowed figure behind them. That's all I got.
Well,
But hey,
that's something. It's, I won't lie, that's a little frightening. I mean, we thought that our Domitor was going to be the only one of his kind on the ship, and
Well,
it
I
seems that
think that it's safe to say that since they are also on the ship and that there is lack of an expression, bad blood, then and the fact that I, seeing that it's a fair assessment to say that they definitely mean ill will, which means there's no place for them here.
Luckily, though, they probably don't know that our Lord is here.
Maybe if he could smell them, it's safe to assume that perhaps they could smell him.
I doubt they possess his specific gifts necessary to strengthen his nasal abilities.
That's fair, but it would be smart to operate as if they are aware so that we're not caught off guard.
I believe so. Yes. We'll just have to be very careful.
So we all have like a communications device, whether it's like a watch or a piece of jewelry or whatever.
Yes. Cell phones have basically become almost Star Trek communicator in size. Not quite. Some people wear them as a brooch. A lot of people as a bracelet. But yeah, they're small. They're discreet.
Charlotte would like to potentially mess with the capabilities of like uplinking with another communicator without their knowledge, to maybe use it as a microphone that's a little bit more discreet than Lieutenant Bishop just sitting at his station and watching.
So you want to like hack their Apple AirPods, basically.
I know. I love it. I love it. HR did a good job with you.
Yeah, you know what? Roll me a technology plus wits. Yeah, we can do wits on this one because this is as much art as it is science.
Okay.
Being off duty now, Bishop probably will look to rendezvous with the others.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna re-up my medication.
Excellent. So noted. Thank you.
That is 4 successes.
That is sufficient working with your own bracelet cell phone and working with the ship's computer. You are able to tap, you think, you're pretty sure, into, let's see who's. You think you try initially to get with Benjamin's phone, and there's something going on there. You just can't get into it. So you slide over and you're able to tap into Carla Arden's phone.
So she can hear all the baby talk between Carla and Carter.
Yes.
Cool. She'll listen and initially kind of seeing if they're potentially talking, and if they are, maybe if they're talking about any suspicions they might have, or if they're just still kind of just
give me an investigation plus intelligence, please.
Can do. Two successes.
Okay, that I'll call that enough. Okay. Oh, spelling mistakes, who cares?
Interesting. Huh. Okay.
I'm gonna say Bishop is just meeting up with the rest of them now.
Yeah, at this point, Jenny, Bishop, and Charlotte, are you heading towards the
Yeah, once
cabin as well?
once I get finished with my tinkering and hear that, she'll meet up with the group.
Okay, so yeah, it's a few minutes after the 6 hours has passed and everybody is able to get to the cabin, the suite.
So I was able to fiddle with our comms, and I think I linked up with Carla, pretty sure. So I heard something weird, and I haven't been in this long enough to know exactly what to think of it. But at one point, Carla was talking to Carter, and I don't know who Carter is. But Carter responded, and they were talking about going to the nightclub section of the Lido deck.
The dog responded.
Wait, are you sure it was Carter that responded?
Yeah, Carla said, "Hey, Carter, can you come here, please?" And a woman responded saying, "Sure." And then they had a conversation about going to the nightclub section.
So Carter's a dog.
That's what you. Yeah, I thought I had heard you correctly when you said that.
Cool.
Is it possible we have either a Gould's creature or perhaps a gangrel?
There are those who have the gift of being able to shape change.
Storyteller, again, how much knowledge would, because I'm not sure how much she would know about these particular bloodlines.
Except for Charlotte, who is playing it really well. The rest of you have been around the block long enough to know about the core bloodlines and most of their capabilities.
It sounds like this person appeared to be in animal form when we were there, and they no longer are in animal form. I think the lieutenant is right.
Storyteller, I don't like that you've taken away the option to steal this dog.
I know, right? I mean, like, damn it.
So noted. So noted. I have seen your yellow card in the chat. And,
yeah, let me just get my Uno card. Oh, you can't see it. My Uno card. How dare you?
So noted.
To
Came
take
here
the
for
dog.
puppies.
I will.
Here for puppies.
We have to end stream right now. I'm so upset.
I will apologize profusely during the vibe check at the end of the game.
Puppies.
So, I mean, do I have like a vague timestamp on when I heard that particular part of that conversation?
Yeah, about 15, 20 minutes before your end of shift. So about 45 minutes ago.
Okay, could I help Lieutenant Bishop hack into a terminal so I can see a video feed so we can maybe have an image of this person?
Yes, indeed you can. So once again, typing or talking? Are you going to go with the human interface or the standard
typing.
GUI? Okay. People are afraid to talk to the computer. This is probably wise.
I don't need voice recordings of what I'm doing.
Ah, that's very wise. Yeah. So, yeah.
I assume Charlotte's much better at the hacking stuff than Bishop, so he's probably just going to point. These are probably the camera sections you want to try and get into, and then
Actually, between your skills and clearances, you'd be able to fairly quickly get into the right section and pop up the cameras without it being reflected anywhere else on the command deck. So, and you can use the computer that terminal that is in the suite because you're able to turn it into a full access terminal fairly easily. So this would allow Dr. Morgan and Serena to kind of lean over your shoulder and go, we met him and them and him and that one over there and this one here and that one. And yes, there is a woman that you do not recognize in the main room as you flip through the various rooms in the Nordic suite. She's about 5'4", lithe, muscular build, short brunette hair, kind of spiky, wearing basically what amounts to just being a bathrobe, a very nice silk robe tied closed, but yeah, she's sitting on the couch talking with the one that you identify as Benjamin.
She's new.
Would it be possible for a tech-savvy engineer to have these sensors kind of log specific life forms, if you will, kind of keep tabs on them?
Or maybe another way to think about it is, how advanced is the security system on the ship? Is it biometric at this point?
Somewhat, yes.
Could we use that?
To do what?
Track people. They would have even had to do something for the dog, I'm sure. And we have all the samples. We have a doctor.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
And we have someone in security. And then you have me to actually be the awful human being that does something to them. This can work.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? This is something I had not planned for. This is an excellent response from the players. So, in order to combine what you need to do, Charlotte is going to need to roll for me intelligence plus technology.
Okay.
Lieutenant Bishop is going to need to roll intelligence or wits, whichever you got higher. Plus investigation.
I have
And
5 successes.
actually 5, excellent. If Jenny could roll for me, either intelligence or wits, whichever you have higher, and investigation as well, because it's going to take all 3 of you to do this, to make this work.
Was a 2 for Bishop.
Okay.
I crit.
Oh, nice.
So that's 2 10s and then 3 more successes.
Damn. Okay. Yes, the dice love you people. So you are able to set up something that will report to all of your phones that tracks. The issue with the biometrics is they don't give off the proper amount of heat for a normal body. They don't have a heartbeat that can be tracked. There are a mess of biometrics that the computer is having a hard time dealing with these people, these 4. So what you've been able to set up is finding a blank spot that has a phone attached to it. And that uses the microphones for basically you're tracking them by the phones and sound. So it will pretty much tell you where they are. The problem is this mystery person, this Carter, isn't carrying a phone. So the computer's a little rougher on tracking her, but it can track the other 3 pretty exactly.
How long does the crew have before their next shift?
You've got a good 18 hours.
Yeah, we just got off
This
work.
this is 200 hours. You're 200 years in the future. You work 6-hour shifts.
Oh God bless.
Oh, that's so.
Bless the
They
future.
they proved
Yeah.
centuries before that 6 hours a day, 3 days a week is optimum for
Oh my
most
God.
people. Your
Uh.
crew, you have to work 5 days a week, but you know
Tell
what?
us
You
more.
get additional benefits.
Tell us more about this glorious, glorious future of storytelling.
Right.
More about this
Yes.
utopia.
How do I
Yeah.
get to there?
Yeah, there is no living wage anymore. It's called a thriving wage.
Oh my
and,
God.
Uh,
Stop. Take me there right now.
Right.
It's a bit of a wait. Yeah.
I do have a question, just
Yes.
kind of in general, about the access codes. Does everybody have their own personalized access code, or is it the same?
No, the
Across
three of
the
the three of you crew have your own personalized access codes that allow
Okay.
you specific access to areas. For example, you be able to access manifests and cargo lists, but Lieutenant Bishop cannot. However, he can access security, which you cannot. So, which is why I
Mhm.
had all three of you rolling for me,
Right.
and a target number in mind, which you blew out of the water, in order to combine your disciplines to actually be effective.
Okay. Good to know.
And before we split up to do anything else, Joy is going to just sort of pull Bishop aside and say, point out the different cargo, like ways to the cargo hold that she had noticed before while you guys were doing everything else. That's what she was doing. She was figuring out routes and stuff, and wants to know who has access to what and who has access to each of those routes type of thing, given that it like the civilians need escort to the cargo area. So you can just say if she gets a list or not, but she wants that.
Bishop would tell her what he could,
Same.
as well as any potential blind spots.
I will say I do have, as the purser, I deal with manifest and cargo and passengers. So I would
Cool.
likely have this knowledge. Oh, and their money. and
And
money.
their money.
Yeah.
As a raider, money is good to have when it belongs to other people.
I forgot I had a cybernetic plugin. Oops. I've worked around it already.
So yeah, the types of information, you'd find that Janice has the potentially the easiest access because her position allows her to escort people into the cargo areas all the time. So it wouldn't be something that would be looked at very much by anyone else in the crew. Lieutenant Bishop, potentially it would be looked at because he's security. So why is security escorting people? But at the same time, he's got faster access because he's security. He can basically blow through doors with a quick tap on the keyboard. Charlotte, do you want to tell them about the access you have?
You can say no.
Well, no. Charlotte has a kind of all access pass to all the nooks and crannies and corridors, because that's where all the nuts and bolts and pipes are that I need to mess with. So I can basically get anyone from point A to point B without being seen, because she also knows where all the sensors and cameras are.
So yeah, Charlotte would take you to a back corner of the suite, where it butts up against what should be the hull of the ship, and moves a bit of furniture aside, and then taps in a specific place, and an access panel shifts, and behind it is a dark, kind of chilly space full of pipes and wires, but it's kind of, this is how you go places without having to walk through hallways.
Oh, awesome. Cool.
I have a question. I know that the directing coordinator kind of is more concerned with like keeping, what our Dominator calls the food entertained. But would they have the same or similar access to things that I do?
Similar access, not the same. They can't.
Okay.
They can't just go into the cargo areas with passengers. They would go into the cargo areas specifically for the restaurants, or
Right.
they basically to restock the Lido deck entertainments.
But they have access to like manifests and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So I think unless things are already hitting the fan, that Bishop's access will be kept in the back pocket for the time being.
I have the information I was looking for, and I'm confident that if something happens to our Lord, I'll be able to figure out who I have to kill.
And now you know where to do it without being seen.
Yes, I can drag them into a wall.
Yeah, sometimes you have to hip check them a little bit. They're kind of don't want to move sometimes because they're not used that often.
I mean,
But I'm sure you won't have problems with that.
if something happens, why wait?
Well, nothing has happened yet. It's vengeance is important.
But what I'm saying is, why wait until something does happen? Why not just do? Do you have to be vengeance? Technically, this is like, how many years has this been a thing? Like,
I believe
It's
the
been a
good
long
doctor
time.
makes a valid point.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I assume we're going to kill the Gangrel and the Toreador well before anything actually happens to Gataki, but you know.
Our Domitor told us to bring him the blood.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Something
the
has to
question is,
happen, and we have to be
something
the
has
ones
to
do it.
happen, but how does it have to happen? I mean, does he want blood as in like just a trophy, or does he actually want us
he actually
to bring
wants
him?
their blood, I'm sure.
And
uh,
then
yeah.
well, that's what I figure.
Given how long and the way in which Joy has been in service, what would she know as her Domitor's preference in this sort of thing?
When he says he wants the blood, he wants the blood.
So stake him and
Whether
drag it over.
whether a body's attached or not, that does not. He
Oh.
doesn't care. So
Okay,
it's like, yeah, if you can hang him and bleed him dry, bring him the pot.
I appreciate that our murderess is named Joy.
Oh, that wasn't her. This is her latest iteration. She's been around for a while.
I know, but the fact that she chose the name Joy.
And we say that her other names are also like ironic names.
Previously, she was known as
Sunshine.
yeah. Previously, it was during the '60s. It was Sunshine. Previous to that, it was Mary. She was
Patience at one point.
Patience
like-
during the Victorian era.
Nothing wrong with enjoying what you do.
No.
Hope.
And when she was a young man, she was named something equal ironic, I'm sure. But you know.
Yeah. Sure,
I
fine.
mean, so the question right now is going to be, how and when do you want to do this? They're talking about going to the bar area.
Yeah, the nightclub on
Yeah,
Lido deck.
The nightclub area, right? I mean, there's plenty of opportunities there, or you can just go to their suite and have at it there, or
Don't we have to
take
figure
them
out
one by
which
one.
one is the one he wants the blood from?
Oh,
I
did
would
I?
assume he wants the blood from everyone at this point. Because
Did
he
I
wants to
not
be
tell
the
you
only kindred
guys?
on here.
Did I not tell you already? My apologies. It was Serena that was with me. Benjamin.
Yes, he's.
Benjamin. Okay.
And she
'Cause,
stops herself.
But probably also the Gangrel too. Just, I
Hmm.
mean,
That's fair.
yeah.
Well, I'm just saying
The twins
Um,
too, for good measure.
on the Lido deck, there's pods. We could ship some of them off into space. Just saying.
Hmm.
Get them off the boat. The ship. It's a boat now.
Joy, Does Perrin like gangrel blood?
It's blood.
Okay.
Gangrel's a little
ask.
spicier, so yeah.
I mean,
Does he like-
technically, he did
does he
say that
like
he wanted
spice?
he wanted the blood of the one specific one. So technically, I guess it wouldn't be a big deal if we just launched that one out into space.
Oh,
One
I was just think-
less.
I'm just
that we
saying
have
it's an
to deal
option.
with.
I was just thinking maybe if we wanted to go above and beyond.
Oh, I
But-
intend to bring him both.
I can appreciate your go-gettership, Jenny, and I'm totally with you. Let's make him proud.
I was expecting a butt, and then you're like, "Oh, but we're doing so we're
We're
doing
good.
it."
And just a sort of thing for the other players, Joy happens to have the beautiful merit. Does any, and that would appeal at least to a Toreador. Does anyone else have any
I
similar?
have it as well.
Awesome.
I have lots of charisma, but not any looks stuff.
I have-
I have 0 charisma.
I
I have
have
one charisma.
I have tiny baby fangs. I
Well-
always give a tight smile to not show them. Like,
Character build wise, I've got 2 charisma and 4 manipulation. So I think between the doctor and I, we can probably get one of us to go home with the Toreador and do something.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
hired me for my brain, not my.
Yeah, I
beauty.
have
Or my
4
bronze.
intelligence, but and like 1 charisma. So yeah, you. I got linguistics too. Does that count?
I mean, don't get me wrong, Jenny's hot, but no, I did not give her that merit.
Okay, so is that what we want to do? Try to like run into them in the entertainment district?
Yeah, I mean,
We
I
can do that, or we
also-
can just knock on the door.
that seems a bit forward.
That
If we're
seems
trying to be.
obvious.
I mean, you're wanting
Under
to
the
bring
radar.
them all to him anyway, so why not just knock on the door and keep it contained into that one little suite? Not so little suite.
Any
Yeah, it's not so
ideas?
little, and also, yes, it's 4 against 6.
Play
But in-
things as you see fit, but should the need arise, I can have security officers dispatched to your location.
Or we try to bring Benjamin back here where he doesn't have everybody else. I mean, why would he be worried about going off with 2 lovely ladies?
He wouldn't, which is why we should just meet them in the nightclub.
I think we can meet them in the nightclub, bring them back here and at least get him out of the way and then see what we do about Miss Carter.
Yes. Can I use my cybernetic plug to pull up the feed for the nightclub to see if they're there yet?
Yes, you can indeed. The nightclub area is fairly busy given the time of day that it is. It is early in the evening, but apparently people here do not operate on Goth Standard Time. Wow. The club is fairly hopping. I'm not even going to guess at what music is like 200 years from now. It's changed enough in the last 200 years that I can make no predictions. Except for the
Fair.
fact that
Country.
every science fiction TV show or movie you saw in the 70s or 80s had the weirdest sound and they danced strangely. So there's a little bit of that going on. Are they there yet? There's a good question. You can see the twins there. You cannot see Benjamin or obviously Carter in either of her forms, but you do see the twins are both there, kind of holding court sort of thing is how the feel is. They're sitting in a corner booth. There are a number of people kind of flowing past them. There's a lot of talking, shaking hands, quick chattering.
Does it look like they're scoping out someone to bring home for dinner?
Hard to say. They might be scoping out, just starting to network and make the connections.
This is
Already
day
have
1
connections.
of our journey.
I mean, I don't know.
True. Is there any mics I could activate? in that area, though I probably couldn't hear anything very
Yeah,
well.
there are.
'cause
You're not
music.
going to hear the discussions because, loud music and crowd noises.
We're watching the twins, but are we still listening in on Benjamin wherever he is as well?
Yes, they are still in the suite. Benjamin is still in the suite.
Does it sound like they have any plans to come out to the club, or if they're waiting
Yes.
for? Okay.
Yeah. It sounds like he's taken a while to get ready. You can hear him do a lot of the blue. I don't know that the blue offsets my eyes properly. I really would. I wish I'd brought the green. I mean, but okay. Oh, well, the light blue. You know, if I
Classic
pair that
Toreador.
with the velvet pants.
Classic Toreador. Ugh.
Maybe if we just stall or figure out something to do for like an hour, maybe he'll be ready by then.
Or we go to the club and get cozy with the twins so
Fair.
that when he shows up, we're already there.
Would it be possible for Charlotte to maybe cause a little malfunction on their suite door so they can't get out? And
Don't we want them?
I mean, do we want to divide and conquer, or do we want to try and take 4 on at once?
I mean, so correct me if I'm wrong. So Hannah, how much of the vision did you share with the group? Did you share the entire vision?
Pretty
Okay.
much, yeah. Mhm.
I mean, I'll
Is it
put
safe to assume that the crew were apprised of that vision?
Yeah, that's what I was just asking. Not to, connect dots or whatever, but probably Benjamin and Carter, if I had to guess just solely on knowing nothing, essentially, I would probably say they're more powerful than the twins. So dividing and conquering with Benjamin and Carter together probably doesn't sound like the best way to do things. Because I mean, maybe Carter is the shadowy figure in the vision.
A logical assumption, but I was suggesting that we target the twins for the time being and leave the other two to their own devices. We have several days. We need not be hasty about this.
Those are definitely some bold assumptions, Cotton. Let's see how this works out for them. But first of all, we're going to take a little break so people can stand up and stretch because moving is good. Grab some snacks, hydrate, dehydrate, rehydrate, whatever you need to do. We're going to be back in about 5 or so minutes, and we'll see what happens. Yes, Joanna?
And one thing, we are at $500 for donations. Thank you to everybody so much. We are thrilled that we're able to raise this money for Jasper's Game Day. And I just want to remind anybody who works for any corporations at this point, if you can, check if your particular company does donation matching. I know mine does. And it's a great way to double your donation if your employer does that. So I highly encourage that. And again, thank you for the donations. Definitely enter the draws. I think we're still doing the Talon and Claw second giveaway.
Nice.
And yeah, that's it for me.
Beautiful. And we will be back with you shortly. See you soon. Hey there, viewers. Welcome back to the second half of our Ghouls in Space, Ghouls Flight Out one shot. It seems that our ghouls have got a plan, or the starts of perhaps 3 or 4 plans that could all kind of work. So let's see where they're going with it from here. If you missed the first half, there was a whole lot of just sorting things out, finding out who they're after, discovering that their Domitor isn't the first kindred in space. There are at least 3, probably 4 others here. There was a puppy, and the puppy has turned out to be a gangrel, to the disappointment of all of the ghouls. So let's see where we're going from here. So it's been a couple of hours since you've gone off shift. And yes, indeed, finally, Benjamin, yes, has figured out what to wear. And you can see through monitoring the images from the nightclub section on the Lido deck that Benjamin, walking the Mastiff, have joined up with the twins. So all of them are in the nightclub section.
I guess we're going to the nightclub then.
Mhm. All right. Joy puts on something less threatening than her normal makeup, and but she doesn't take nearly as long as Benjamin does to do that.
Yeah, while they were waiting, Charlotte changed into her one non-work outfit. She's still wearing her boots though, because they're very comfortable and practical.
Yeah, Jenny
didn't
changed out of her
change.
pantsuit.
Into a fancier pantsuit.
No, into like the skimpiest dress you can imagine. You've never seen her wear this before because she's usually just wearing a pantsuit.
I'm gonna say Joy does something similar. Like we've had to do something not quite like this before, but like, there's perks.
Yeah, the nightclub was on the Lido deck, yes.
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 All right. Bishop's probably not in a great position to go mingling with these people, but he might go, if I'm not mistaken, the gym is on the same floor. So he might be there, so he's somewhat close by, but not killing the groove.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hannah doesn't change. She unbuttons her jacket. That's as much as you're getting.
Doctor,
Yeah,
Dr.
Serena.
Casual.
Precisely.
Serena's just got her usual outfit on because she just looks like she's ready to go to a club pretty much all the time. So
Okay, so it's not a long walk to the nightclub section. It's about a 15-minute stroll, 20-minute stroll, because you don't want to look too, you don't want to
Aggressive.
stride with intent down the hallway in case there are other people you're going to run into, because you are going to run into a lot of them. The nightclub section, you can't hear it from outside. The soundproofing is wonderful. Once the doors are open, you can go inside, and it's thumpy bass wise. It's dimly lit, of course, with a lot of neon. There's a little bit, I wouldn't call it a huge crowd, probably 60 or 70 people there. A number of them on the dance floor, some of them drinking. Again, there is that cluster in the corner around where the twins are sitting, and they've been joined by Benjamin and the dog. The dog is getting a lot of attention. It's loud enough to dance on the dance floor, but quiet enough that you can have a conversation without having to shout.
Hannah is just going to go to the bar and order a drink. And if it's been long enough, re-up medication. And sit there and essentially just kind of drink and just watch. Drink, but not drink. Pretend to drink. Look unamused and bored, because that's toyed or bait like a mofo.
And what are the rest of you clubbers doing?
Charlotte finds another pack of crewmen that and kind of just inserts herself in there to hang out and observe.
And there's
What?
about a half dozen off-duty engineers and operations crew. So not quite the top officer level. It's not the high brass, but it's a number of the middling brass.
Jenny's gonna get a drink and then sort of like mingle with like the other people who are at the bar. I would assume that because of like her everyday dealing, she's familiar with a lot of the passengers and stuff. So it's like, hey, how's it going? Blah blah blah. Just I'm not gonna get into small talk because I hate it myself, but she would do that.
Yes, and thanks to your own cybernetic enhancements, you can connect names and faces, having gone through the entire manifest. You have basically what amounts to an eidetic memory. So and birthdays and anniversaries and all the important stuff. So you are able to small talk like a pro.
I'm schmoozing like a
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. If the Ventru take notice, you could give them lessons in networking.
Hopefully they don't.
And Serena?
Serena is going to just be basically mingling around the bar, grabbing herself a colorful drink of some sort. I was going to have her dance, and then I realized I just created another character that doesn't have any points in performance. So that is not going to happen. So she's just basically mingling around the bar, kind of making small talk with people, being her charismatic self, and then drinking something of the colorful, probably sea blue pinkish variety or something like that.
If you'd be so kind as to give me a wits and insight.
Also, most people who go to clubs can't dance. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's standard.
Mm.
And while she's rolling those, what is Joy doing?
Getting some kind of drink called the Unicorn Nebula. I'm sure it's very colorful. And it's she's paying attention to everybody except the 4 they're actually interested in.
Right, I got 2 successes, and then you've advised me that my cybernetics allow me to add 2 to insight. I'm assuming
Yes,
that
indeed.
counts.
Yep.
So 4 total.
Yep. So 4 successes. You're able to, as you wend your way around and chat and smooze, you're able to pick up that 2 people sitting at a table almost across the room from the cluster around your interested parties are specifically watching them. And you can pretty much, not sure you recognize them 100%, but you can pretty much figure that you think you saw them or you were introduced to them earlier in quick passing in the suite.
Okay, so they're part of that entourage then. Okay. I think Serena's gonna kind of just slowly walk over and just kind of start making small talk, saying, "Oh, I remember, I think we were introduced earlier today. It's such a pleasure to see you again. How are you enjoying this lovely atmosphere?"
And there are 2 of them. One is a tall, very well-built gentleman with mahogany dark skin and very short dark hair and these fantastically gorgeous eyes, who seems to, small talk back with you smoothly and nicely. The other one is a kind of a shorter, stouter, more of a bodybuilder kind of look. Shaved bald, goatee and mustache. He looks like your typical muscle. He does not small talk with you. He lets his partner do all the talking while he just continues to be kind of weirdly not focused on that area at all, but focused on all the rest of the bar. So, and at this point, Dr. Morgan, Benjamin sits down beside you and kind of taps on the counter to get the waiters or the bartender's attention, and says, it's not as good as some of the places on Earth, but this is still not bad for the only choice to have for the next 9 nights.
And she'll just kind of glance over to him, and she'll slide her drink over to him, and she'll say, Be my guest. You're correct in that assessment. It's not very good, honestly, but make the best of it. I personally have better in my room.
And he kind of arches a brow and goes, "Oh, you have me intrigued, very much so." And he picks up your drink, and it looks like he takes a drink from it and puts it back down and says, "That's, I would expect with the money we paid that they would carry a better brand, but yeah, you're right. It's the best of the mediocre, perhaps. And I mean, mediocre, come on. You can always do better than
I
that."
would agree. That's why you sneak fancy stuff on board.
Ah, the personal luggage. Yes, I brought a few things that I really didn't want to leave back home myself. Did not think of bringing alcohol, though.
Well, when you're in the
That's,
medical profession, you can get away with smuggling certain amenities on board that others can't.
oh, now that I have to. And a drink is set down in front of him, and he kind of lifts it and it's sort of kind of a toasting motion and says, "I have to applaud your intelligence. That is very wise. I'm quite impressed." And again, he appears to take a sip. While that's going on, Joy, you're approached by Carla, the female of the twins, who comes over and is smiling at you and says, it's rare to see women of our stature these days. Everybody seems to like the little 5'2" nothings that are running around, but it's nice to see someone who's got some height to them, coming to the new world.
Well, we've got to represent somewhere.
Well, that's true. And she holds out her hand and says, "My name's Carla Arden."
Joy, nice to meet you.
"Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you as well. So, who are you traveling with, or what's your job going to be in the new colony?"
Well, and she presents herself as sort of someone that's here with somebody else who's got a bit of money, sort of like a kept woman type of thing. Just kind of here to see what happens.
We might be talking once we land, if you're just exploring your position with the new world. We're looking at setting up a company to trailblaze.
Oh, well, I've always enjoyed finding new roads and being the first to try new things. That's always so exciting.
Well,
Going
once the gold rushes were discovered, it was the right company that came in to supply the miners and the panners and everyone else that really made the difference. And that's what Charlotte Industries is looking at doing. Is we want to be the first on the ground to make sure that everybody has exactly what they need, and to start exploring this brave new world. So we could definitely use a few more employees once we land. Everyone else here, well, not everyone else, a lot of them are thinking they're going to homestead themselves and don't realize how tough it's going to be. But you hook up with the right company, we can make things easy.
That is a thought. I will get bored pretty soon, to be honest. I'll look you up some point.
Okay. And she reaches over and just kind of lightly taps her phone against your phone and says, against your wrist, and says, "Yeah, my information's there. Give me a shout when you're looking to talk serious about making money and settling in."
Thank you, Carla.
And she kind of heads back to her group. Meanwhile, the Toreador is definitely taking the bait with Dr. Morgan and says, "So what other entertainments have you potentially got back in your, you know what? Let's skip asking. How about we go back to your room and find out how entertaining things can be?"
Sure. Why not? I've already grown bored here.
Excellent. Give me a moment to just let my friends know that I'm stepping out for a little bit of fun.
Absolutely.
And he strolls back over and kind of through the crowd, and you can see him lean down, and he's talking to Gregory Arden. And apparently, whatever he's saying, Gregory is not happy with. There is definitely a scowl on his face, and the words are too low to hear. The two of them are having a serious discussion.
While they're doing that, I'm just gonna kind of motion to the bartender again and order a drink and have it sent over to Joy. And make sure that they give when they give her the drink, to give her a little bit of a wink and mention that it's from the doctor.
Joy definitely takes a sip and leans over like she has no idea who you are and she's trying to find you, and then wanders over to thank you for the drink. Again, like she doesn't know you.
Yeah. Oh, my pleasure.
And about the time that Joy comes back is about the time that Benjamin returns. And says, Dr. Morgan, and
oh, hi. Joy, I'm sorry. Are you gonna steal this lovely lady from me? She just sent me a drink.
Oh, I see. There seem to be depths to you, Doctor, that I was not suspecting. We were just discussing having a better quality of time in a more private setting.
Would you like to join us?
She looks both of you over and finishes her drink, puts it down, says, "Why not?"
Okay, I would like both of you to roll manipulation plus you can pick etiquette or persuasion. Yeah, either of those would be good. And you would get the bonuses for the merits.
All right.
Oh, really? Now my dice abandoned me.
So that's 5 successes.
That is a 5 on me too. No crits though. Just 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
no
he
crits,
had
just a lot of 6s.
he had no successes whatsoever. So he is not suspicious in the least. He is indeed chomped down on that hook, and it is stuck in his stuck up here somewhere, and he's like, okay, hot dang, I get to play with 2 humans. This is great.
Oh, yay.
Dang.
And so as soon as that is all settled, Hannah's going to stand, and she's just going to do the little finger thing and follow me. And
he follows. Now, the rest of you that are in the bar, so Janice, Serena, and Charlotte, if you could give me a wits plus awareness, please.
Three successes.
Only got 1 success, but it's a 10.
And Charlotte?
Oh, sorry. And I was rolling
Wits and awareness.
wits and awareness.
Yes, please.
And I have no dots in awareness. So just my wits. Huh. I still got 3 successes.
Damn. Okay, so Serena, as Benjamin leaves with Dr. Morgan and with Joy, the 2 people that you have been kind of talking with and focusing on, the shorter, more muscular of the 2 definitely tracks Benjamin leaving. And about 3-4 minutes after the trio have taken off, the two of them excuse themselves and kind of do the, it's a long night and we have things to do in the morning for our bosses. We have to leave. But
Oh, are you
it's been a pleasure.
You sure you won't stay for just one more drink?
Yeah, no, we have to go.
Oh, that
Charlotte,
is such a shame.
from where you are with the rest of the off-duty folk, you've got a clearer sight on the other three at the table who are, well, the two of them and the Mastiff, and you can see that they watch the trio leave as well. And Gregory in particular does not seem to be happy about things, and there's a bit of arguing going on back and forth, but there doesn't seem to be any movement, just the arguing. Meanwhile, Dr. Morgan, Joy, and Benjamin take a stroll down the corridors towards the shared suite. And again, it's about a 20-minute walk. Benjamin is personable, full of interesting stories and information. Obviously looking forward to getting the two of you alone. He's smiling and nodding to other passengers as you pass them, and you get back to your suite.
We know about the hideaway panels and stuff that happen, right? So good. Just making sure that
Joy has a plan.
Okay. So as soon as we get the door opens and go inside.
So he follows the two of you in, the door closes behind you.
And I'm going to pretend like I'm going to get my stash, and I'm going to re-up on a whole nother medication, even though it is not exactly time.
And Joy's looking around and going, oh, this is nice. This is a little bit of a different layout, but it's nice. And again, pretending she has never met you.
And he's going to settle onto a couch and, arms back, legs crossed, like he belongs there.
She takes the opportunity to kick off her heels and settle down, I guess, and just sort of play with one of them.
And when I come back out, I'm going to have something in my hand. I'm going to assume that maybe I do have a bottle of booze.
We probably have
yes. Yep. Oh yeah. I would assume that you do indeed, considering the other stuff that you're carrying. Yes.
And I'm going to essentially I'm going to let it slip and drop it and purposely go to pick it up and cut my finger. I'm doing that. I'm just like, damn it.
Okay, so as the bottle slips and there's the smash, let's see. Ooh, nope. Okay, that's good. He's startled, but he doesn't, seem to move. He's not bolting forward to grab it. So, and there's the slice on your finger, and there's that little gleam of red, and he's like, "Are you okay? Do you need to?" Well, you're a doctor. Did you hurt yourself?
No, I'm fine. I just have to, if you'll give me a moment. I just need to wrap this, clean it up. Don't want to get an infection. And I'm going to go for my medical bag.
Okay.
And start digging around in that as if I'm looking for something. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
See what happens from there. I'm not really trying to necessarily stop the bleeding too much, but I'm pretending like I am.
Okay. Well, at this point, he doesn't suspect anything. So Joy is gonna sort of look around a little bit and go, we have 10 days? I think we should have fun. And she straddles him and settles in with the intent to distract and stake him with the aforementioned heal that I sent in chat as of significant staking length. And I would like to add, it's probably reinforced for that purpose.
Excellent. As you do so, first of all,
Bodyguard.
both of you are going to have to give me a composure plus intelligence roll, please.
Probably.
While they're rolling that, I just want to double check that you got my message in the
Yep,
side.
I did indeed. Yes. Yep. And if you would be so kind as to roll me an intelligence plus technology.
Can do.
Is this going to be, is he using one of his fun little manipulation abilities? at
Yes,
all?
he is.
I have unswayable mind as well. Does that come into play?
Yep, that does indeed. That gives you an additional, where are we here? An additional success.
That is an 8 crit.
Oh, okay. Both of you can tell he was turning on awe, and it failed miserably with both of you.
She pretends it worked.
So you're still going to attempt to stake him. So if you would be so kind as to roll for me melee plus dexterity, because he is.
I was about to say, the moment that she's going for that, I'm going
Yep.
to my cut hand. I'm going to, as she's doing that, I'm going to put my cut hand over his mouth so that my blood will actually go into his mouth. Because I'm high as fuck right now.
Oh, so is he.
Well, he will be in a moment. Let's see if he can do something before that moment happens. Okay.
Well, that's 5 successes.
Oh, and that's, damn it, 4. Crap. And 5 is what is required to actually succeed in staking, which is not. Damn it.
Sorry, they're being really nice to me today.
So yes, apparently. So yeah, they basically you line up the heel and then you lean into it with an elbow slam.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes from doing okay, this is going to be a whole lot of fun to.
Yeah. And then she hoists him up and puts him in a wall until everybody else gets back.
Okay, so you put him, you start to move him towards a wall. All right, has it been long enough? It's probably been long enough. So there is the door buzzer that indicates someone is outside gets pressed as you're tucking him into the wall.
I think those are his friends. They're people or something.
Likely. I mean, clearly they're not like him, so it shouldn't be too difficult to, hold on one second. I'm gonna go into my bag. Hold on a second, and I have to pull up and ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna get 2 doses of Rappy Heal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna have those ready. Those are blood clotters.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to position myself in a way so that I'm gonna let Joy open the door, and as soon as they are in range or view, I'm going to hit them with it. I'm gonna inject them both. Just
Interesting. Okay.
Joy isn't entirely sure what you're getting ready, but it looks like you have a plan. So she trusts a fellow warrior, and opens the door and pretends to look a little bit drunk and sort of moves back and says, oh, there's more. We're having a party. Come on in.
And it's the really tall mahogany skinned gent in the front. The shorter one is standing about 3-4 feet back from him.
No, both of you come in.
And the one in the front kind of takes a step in and says, hi, we're friends of, where'd Ben go?
Oh, he's in the back with some other, I don't know her, but they're back there.
Oh, there's more of you? We're friends with Ben. He told us to he sent us a little message. And the stockier one who's still outside kind of just goes and points at his phone and said, yeah, apparently there was a party going on.
Yeah, come on in.
Okay.
You know, whoever he's back there with seems to have a lot of energy. Catch my drift?
Okay. He takes a step in and give me a half second here to take a look. Okay, yeah, nothing that will give it away. So his fist is going to meet your jawline.
Oh, great.
And he's good. No telegraphing it whatsoever. So you can defend.
I can or cannot defend.
You can. You can defend with a Dex plus brawl to step out of the way.
Yes, sir. Three successes?
Yeah, that's enough that he just misses. His fist
And-
goes over your shoulder.
I would like her to play it off like she is drunk and just sort of stumbled back when she saw his arm and sort of catches it, like to sort of balance herself. Like, are you okay? Are you drunk too? And she sort of pulls him in and ends up sort of slamming him into the wall hard.
Okay, give me a Dex plus brawl to see if we can pivot him around and smack him into the wall. Oh, that's better.
Can I act? I'll wait until they're. I'll activate feral weapons.
Oh, okay.
Is the door still
Open.
It is still open and the other one's still just outside it?
Yes.
I'm gonna hit for it to close, and when I close it, I'm gonna turn to the one that she's got and hit him with the.
Okay. Because you're using medical equipment, it actually qualifies as brawl for you. So if you could give me a brawl in Dex too,
All
please.
right, I can do that.
He's going
But
to attempt to sweep Joy's feet out from under her.
With Charlotte monitoring the terminal, does she see what's going on?
Give me a wits plus awareness, please.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I don't think we've had time to actually alert anyone, or have we?
Not quite yet. You're kind of in it.
No,
Sorry,
but
guys.
Charlotte was being nosy anyway, because
Yep.
she was trying to cover your guys' tracks and make sure there was no video of whatever the heck you just did.
Yep.
Thank you.
Janice and Serena, also give me a wits and awareness, please, because you're in the club.
4 successes.
Beautiful. So yes, you can see what's going on in both the corridor, inside the suite, and in the corridor. And in the corridor, beautiful.
God, so that's and 2 more successes on top of that.
Nice. And Serena?
3 successes.
Perfect. That's, you both see, it takes a moment because the order of events is Charlotte sees the guy who's still in the corridor bring his wrist up to his mouth. And about 4 seconds later, the two of you in the club see the twins get up, do a whole lot of, obviously, we have to go. We'll be back later. We'll talk tomorrow. Wonderful seeing you. Carla takes the leash of the Mastiff, and the 3 of them are moving with intent.
Charlotte, seeing this, will notify Lieutenant Bishop, like, we have a situation.
Yeah.
Once he's been apprised, he's going to start I assume he
Booking
knows
it in
where
his
to go.
workout shorts.
Sure.
Yep.
And
So yeah, Bishop, you get a message from Charlotte and you get a message from Serena at the same time.
all right. I think
And,
Bishop is going to actually ask Charlotte to see if she can making it look like a malfunction, try and close some of the bulkhead security things to delay
Yeah, I
their
was gonna
party
ask that.
getting there.
I was gonna ask that.
And you know, and just so nothing suspicious, Bishop's going to contact a couple of the security team and to sort of like go check the corridor out. And
Okay, Charlotte, give me a technology plus intelligence, please. And Lieutenant Bishop, give me a manipulation plus allies.
Do I see the director and coordinator anywhere, or are they on duty right now?
They are actually in the club.
Okay. I would like to compel them to give me their access codes.
Okay, that definitely works. Compel. Do. So,
I love it so much.
charisma plus. Actually, hang on a second. Janine's charisma plus your dominate, so +1 dice
Okay.
versus their.
I don't know how
Very
ghouls
good.
work. Can I expend willpower as a ghoul to add a couple dice to my?
Not to add dice, but if you want to re-roll dice, you can
Okay.
expend willpower to re-roll up to 3 to get better rolls.
I'm gonna expend 1 to try to get a better roll. Okay, I got 3 successes.
Bishop's going to.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a willpower to reroll for Bishop as well.
Okay.
Four successes.
Okay. So you definitely get a response back that they'll dispatch a security team of 3 to find out what's going on. Janice, in talking with the other director, they seem to be very obstinate about things. They're not kind of bending to your will as quickly as you would like them to. So it's just going to take another minute or two because they come back at you with, I'm not going to give you my access codes, but you know, we're crew. And if you happen to be able to do this and this for me in the cargo section, well, I might be able to, you know, slide you the codes. So it will take an extra round or 2 to get those codes.
Okay.
So let us bounce back to
I just wanted to know. I also chose to spend a willpower to reroll, and I got a critical success.
Okay, how many successes total?
6.
Damn. Okay, yes, several of the bulkheads drop, and there are little red flashy things that turn on. There's no audible alarm, but there's definitely, this is everybody would have been among the passengers and crew would have been instructed that this is usually a breach alarm, this kind of thing, which means there's a hole somewhere, except for the fact that the crew are like, no, there's a malfunction somewhere, damn it. So there would be within seconds a PA broadcast of, you know, this is your captain speaking. There does appear to be a slight malfunction on the Lido deck. We do apologize for any inconvenience. We are looking into this immediately. We would recommend using the computer interface to find alternate routes if you wish to leave your section and go someplace else. And yeah. Okay, and back in the cabin. Joy, you were going for the slam into the wall. What did you roll for your dex plus brawl? Oh, and with feral weapons too. Okay, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt a lot.
So that's 3 successes for the slam.
Yep.
And we're gonna have to kill this guy anyway. Let's go with my bear muzzle.
Okay. So the doctor would see this. No one else does. But when Joy activates feral weapons, do you want to let her know what you start to look like?
Her face, like around her mouth, elongates, and like I said, it looks like a muzzle. It looks like the start of a face of a bear, and she has significantly more teeth. Her jawline changes drastically, to the point where she can probably get her mouth around this guy's neck.
Okay. Now, did you also remember to add 2 more dice rolls to your brawl? Feral
You mean-
weapons +2 to your
Oh,
brawl.
I did not add 2 more dice to my brawl.
Okay. If you want to roll 2 more dice, please.
That's 2 more successes.
Okay. This is good because otherwise he was about to be really, really nasty right back. And Dr. Hannah, how many successes did you get with trying to stab him in the back with
5.
5s all around? That's just really irritating. Okay, so he does get somewhat gored around the neck and face by a muzzle that is he's suddenly breathing bear breath, which is not a pleasant thing. So he's going to take an ag, or is it 2 ag? Give me a sec here. No, an ag to the face. So he's yelling and lashing back out unsuccessfully. He takes the injector to the back of the shoulder and is suddenly pumped full of something that is not going to make him feeling good in the next round. Okay, so next round, Jenny will get that access codes. Serena, were you following the twins and the Mastiff?
Further behind, yeah, just so that I wouldn't be noticed. I had basically, sent out messages to whoever, to Bishop, to Jenny, and to Charlotte, saying on the move. Let's get going, or something to that effect. So.
Yeah, they get to the first corridor and a bulkhead's down, so there's obviously a grumbling, and they are not happy as they start walking along, checking for corridors they can go down to get to somewhere in that space. Charlotte, where you are, you can, because you're keeping an eye on things, you can see the guy who's still out in the corridor has fished something out of his pocket. You cannot see what, and seems to be messing with the door a little bit.
Okay. Charlotte would like to try to coordinate with Serena, because Charlotte's now going to disappear into the the in-between of the halls, and try to pull Serena in so that way we can navigate to the room from the hidden panels and just skip all like the bulkheads and everything.
Okay, Serena would have agreed with you and asked if we wanted to bring anybody else in to go through, or if it was going to be just the 2 of us.
Charlotte knows Bishop is getting backup from actual security. So, and she and Janine is currently indisposed trying to get some codes. So I think it's just
the 2 of us.
2 of us.
Okay.
Okay, so you head for the between decks.
Yep.
Bishop, they've let you know that the 3 security team are dispatched on site. Did you want to meet them, or what do you want them to do?
Yeah, he's like sort of doing the old hop skip, pulling his uniform haphazardly back on and booking it over there. He's not necessarily trying to like meet with anybody on the way, but he's heading there as quickly as he can. Hopefully, maybe a little before the security team, if possible. But
Okay, so yes, you do indeed get to the first sealed bulkhead about the time that you see the twins and the Mastiff turning away from the bulkhead and starting to walk along towards another corridor.
okay.
And they will stop, and Gregory, of the 2 of them, is going to look at you and he's going to say, "Can you open this?"
Under like the protocols, would his access actually open it if there
Oh
was
yeah. Yep. If you want, you can open them.
I think he's gonna say, yeah, just came from the gym, left my access card back in the locker.
Okay. And he gives you a very intense look and says, open it. And you are going to roll for me, please. Where is it? Okay, come on. I know I've got it on here. Oh, okay, it's over there. You're going to roll your intelligence plus resolve for me, please.
Does my unswayable mind kick
Oh,
into
yes,
this?
indeed it does. That will give you an additional 2
It
dice.
adds, yeah, adds their dots. And
Yep, adds your dots and fortitude.
Not a terrible roll. Not a terrible outcome. Only 2 successes.
Only 2 successes. You find yourself stepping forward and keying in your access codes in order to open up the door. And with a hissing sound, the bulkhead rises. You're not sure why you're doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah, I guess this was the first of several, you said?
Yes.
All right.
Yep. And Gregory just says, come along.
Is that a separate command, or am I still sort of under his thrall?
You're actually, no, because he's only using compel, lucky you, it would be a separate. So roll again, please, for me.
undoing all of Charlotte's hard work.
Meanwhile, Jenny's in the club having an argument.
Yeah.
Just give me the code.
Yep, at this point, the trade has been made, and she taps her wrist against yours, and you have her access codes on your phone.
Jenny's just like, listen, I'll make sure you don't get fired if you make sure I don't get fired. Okay.
She's like,
And
okay,
if I get fired,
that's
there's
a
going to be a
deal.
problem.
That sounds like a deal. I'm good with that.
Only 2 again for me.
So yeah, you're following along because again, it seems like a good idea.
I'm just maintaining my cover.
As I leave, because I'm gonna get the codes and then immediately leave. Do I see Bishop in the hallway with this person?
It's
like
a lot of there's no real hallway there. It's a lot of open space with the various doors to the clubs and stuff. So it's a bit of a distance, but yeah, you do see Bishop following, because the 2 of them in their white jumpsuits stand out really well. And who else has got a dog on this ship? No one apparently.
Okay.
So you would definitely catch them opening one of the bulkheads and walking through.
Okay, I'm going to follow.
Excellent. Okay, you're in the in-between waves. You 2 still have got somebody whose face you're chewing on, and he's got 1 more round to go. So what do the 2 of you want to do next?
I'm gonna keep ripping and tearing.
Okay.
I'm going to, he's got 1 of those doses in there. I'm considering hitting him with another dose or a dose of Nova because he's got a blood clotter, and then adding an adrenaline rush to a blood clotter would probably be.
Yeah, that would be messy.
It would be bad.
Yeah, so
that would do things to his insides that shouldn't happen.
I think that's what I'm gonna do, is hit him with the Nova to hit that adrenaline with that blood clot.
Hey.
So,
roll me another brawl plus dex, please.
Cause yeah, doctor shit and stuff.
And I rolled 5 to continue ripping and tearing and being a bear. I'm a bear. Very excited.
6 crit.
This guy goes down, and he goes down hard. Well, okay, most of him goes down. He crumples. Chunks of his face are left in Joy's grip, let us say. So that is sufficient description to let you know what has happened. But yeah, he's gone down hard. He is not getting back up.
Yeah, she spits that out and lets her face sort of go back to its normal self. And says, "Okay, what about the other one?"
Round 2. Let me re-up. Hold on. And I'm gonna go and get more of this stuff.
And she takes the blood that's on her face and sort of like smears it over her, and she's getting ready to pretend to be like the damsel in distress and pretend like Benjamin in the back room is killing people and she's freaking the fuck out.
I think Jenny is just going to send like a message to the doctor and Joy being like, heads up, this is what's happening right now. Just so they know there's like more, like the twins are like slowly making their way towards the room.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I was gonna let Joy open the door, and I'm gonna kind of move further into the and do like a scream as soon as the door opens to make it sound accurate.
Okay, so
Worked
we're
too
gonna
well.
fudge fudge time a little bit as you are preparing to get everything ready to go. So Serena and Charlotte are going to come in from the back of the room, where when you reach it in the in between deck space, of course, there's Benjamin lying there with a shoe stuck on his chest.
Well, at least we know they succeeded.
They did, and in such a stylish way. I love it.
True.
And as you pop open the panel, Joy opens the door, and the second guy almost seems to stumble into the room, just as the doctor screams.
Ah!
And it is enough to kind of shock him, and he stops and pauses. What are you doing? You've got a free shot.
Me? Oh, we're gonna like, I don't know. I've got those daggers. I can't say I have my battle axe. Oh, can I have my battle axe? Could I do it? Did I have time to grab that?
I was expecting it's something you tend to wear a lot underneath a light jacket so nobody can see it. So
I assumed I wouldn't wear it to the club, but we are in our suite. So
you know what? Yeah, I'll allow the time to have grabbed the axe. So it's a case of Joy going, let's smear the blood around as she grabs the 2-foot haft for a very nasty looking boarding axe.
Oh
yeah. Charlotte is quite the brawler as well, so she'll throw some fisticuffs.
Okay, so you're heading across the room at speed. So Joy's going to get a free shot.
Cool. I'm looking for the stats on that, which you were...
So yeah, your BLA plus your dex and the stats, it adds to the damage once you have hit.
Okay, so it's melee and dexterity or melee and strength?
Melee and dex, please. And he is operating at a disadvantage because, oh yeah, there's no dodging that crap. There we go. Let's roll all 4s. 7? Okay, that's...
Lord bless having no blood die.
Right?
He staggers in, looks past you at the doctor because the doctor just screamed and grabbed his full attention just as the axe takes him in the chest. And that's, oh wow, yeah, that's going to drive his health bar real low real fast because that's 7 full successes plus 2 for the damage, so that's 9 successes. So yeah, you kind of bury the axe in his chest.
Yeah.
You know, he is in shock, but as you bury it in there, a meaty hand grabs over yours, and he's going to take one swing. He's got something in his hands that he's swinging with too. So Charlotte and Joy both, what are you doing?
I'd like to intercept whatever is being going to be colliding with Joy's body.
Okay, so that'll be a brawl plus Dex, please. And Joy?
Try to ignore whatever he's getting ready to hit me with and use my body weight to attempt to force the axe deeper.
Okay, yeah, that'll be yeah, we'll do a brawl plus strength.
5 successes.
4 successes.
Okay, what are Serena and Dr. Morgan doing while this poor security guy is taken apart?
Oh, I'm probably just watching at this point. I mean, they've got it handled. No need in me to waste my injections, so.
Okay. So yeah, the arm swing is intercepted, and Joy leans into it a little bit, and he basically goes over backwards.
So as soon as he goes in backwards, I might grab the scalpel from my med kit and just walk over and then just come up and say, for good measure.
You know, this is going to be a lot to clean up later.
Okay, so this puts 3 of you right by the doorway. Serena is towards the back of the room. Just as the twins step into the doorway with the Mastiff and Lieutenant Bishop and Jenny right behind them. So we have enough time left in the game for everyone to get, this is almost Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid time, everybody to get an action in. So what are people doing as the twins lunge for the 3 of you in front of them?
Bishop's just gonna make the just launch himself at one of the twins and brawl.
Okay, so Bishop will be a Dex plus brawl, and because you're coming at them from behind, throw on an extra dice. Jenny, you're also behind them. Is there anything in particular you're going to do?
Jenny is not a fighter. I don't know what she could do.
Sorry, that was 1 extra dice from behind.
Yes, please.
Yes. You said 1 extra dice because we're coming from behind. I guess I'll just do it. You said Dex plus brawl.
Yes, please.
Okay, great.
Okay, Joy, you're the first one to be facing them of the 3.
I had a question in chat concerning.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Then I will not do
Oh,
that.
yes. No. Yes, it is. Okay.
Maybe intimidate it.
I can try that, or I can go for one of the twins.
Yeah. Also, I in spite of me saying I'm not a fighter, I did crit. So I guess I'm punching this guy. I'm hitting this guy with something. That's 2 10s plus another success.
Okay, so that's 5 there.
Yeah.
Bishop, what did you get?
5 with the willpower spent.
Okay, so that's 2 5s. So
And
what
I
is
got
Joy? Yep. Yes, indeed. So Joy, what is Joy doing?
I will go for the. Okay, so are both twins being attacked currently?
Bishop, you had mentioned which of the twins are you 2 going for?
I think Bishop just went for whichever one was closest.
That would be, I'm going to say Gregory.
Okay, then I'll go for Clara.
Carla. Okay, excellent.
was
So
close.
that's yep, you were indeed. So that's 1 on each.
Okay.
So Joy?
Can I? Okay, I guess I'll attempt to intimidate the gangrel.
I can
What?
do something to the gangrel if you would prefer. I can let the gangrel bite me, thus making it really high.
It might maul you though.
There's not a whole lot of options for the doggy gangrels.
If I was politely to wrestle the dog so it couldn't maul the doctor.
Okay. Then I'll assume that someone else is going to take care of the gangrel, and
Yep.
I will assist Jenny with her twin.
Okay, so you're going at Carla with fists, daggers, or something else.
I've got my boarding axe, so let's use that.
Okay, you pull it out of the person you left it in. And so, yes, again, melee plus dex. And Charlotte is going to jump the Mastiff to try to wrestle it down. So that is a straight up brawl plus dex. Dr. Morgan?
If she is going to wrestle it down, I'm just going to, essentially my hand is still cut.
Yep.
So I'm just going to hold it over its mouth and kind of force my drug-induced blood into its mouth.
Excellent. And Serena?
Serena's going to use rapid reflexes. She's going to basically, which one of the twins is still up and going?
Both of them are, but there's more people on Carla than on Gregory.
Okay, so I'm going to basically rapid reflexes and punch him as hard as I possibly can. I have brawl,
Okay.
so
Excellent. Brawl plus dexterity, please. Charlotte, what did you roll?
6 successes.
6 successes. Nice. Joy, what did you roll?
5.
Beautiful. Dr. Morgan, what did you roll?
I didn't know I had to roll it.
Oh, actually, yeah. You know what? A quick brawl plus dex to get
All
that
right.
fist in the dog's mouth.
All right.
And Serena?
4 successes. And what does the rapid reflexes add to it again? Or does it?
Basically, it allows you to, it means they're not going to be able to defend.
Okay, perfect. 4 successes.
6.
6, 5 6s, and a 4. And these dice really hate me today. So the whole thing fades on Gregory and Carla actually both going down underneath the people piling onto them, and the dog being pinned as well. And Dr. Morgan shoving her bloodied hand in front of the dog's nose, and the eyes beginning to cross. Now, would they succeed in taking them down from the way the dice are going? Actually, yeah, I would call this a success for the ghouls. Very much so. You have got them in a position where, yeah, you know what, things, they could recover, but it's going to take a lot of work, and I don't think the Ventru have got it in them. So with the first game being Ghouls 1, Kindred 0, we're going to do a quick round of outros so people can say thanks and let you know where you can find them next. And then we'll get you on to your next game. So let's see if I remember reverse order. Let's start with Serena.
Hello, my name is Joanna. You will find me on Twitter at HighRollGardner. I am here as part of the BBN family, and please stay tuned for the rest of the games. Please, if you can, donate. If you can't, spread the word. There's going to be more giveaways. There's going to also be a raffle, and a lot of other great stories are going to be told today. And that's it for me.
Beautiful. Thank you, Dr. Morgan.
Hi, everyone. I'm Samantha McLarty, and you can find me at all the socials at just S McLarty. I think I might have a link tree in the chat. I don't know. If not, just S McLarty is my username for all the socials. Check out those to see what I'm going to be doing next. I'm really bad at outro, so next, please.
Okay, thank you. Joy, please.
Hello, I am Rosie, regular size mom. You can find me on Twitter at mom_sized, or on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok as at odd duck dice. And a set of my dice are being given away in the raffle. They're pretty. So, do that. And you can find me later tonight over on Vorpal Tales playing Mage the Ascension. I'm the money mage. I'm a technocrat. So I love her. She's an ice queen. Tune in for that.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Charlotte.
Hi, I am Savannah. You can find me online at Miss Emofox. You can also find me later this evening on Vorpal Tales for Mage the Ascension, where I play my one-woman werecat army to protect all the wee mages. You can also
Nice.
find me on many of their tales. We have several new games that have popped up, as well as you can find me on my own Twitch channel, doing a variety of games, mostly now Stardew Valley, because who doesn't want to be a peaceful farmer right now?
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I forgot. You can find both myself and Savannah over on Gehenna Gaming on March 3rd in a game of Bluebeard's Bride that I am running. It's a 4-parter.
Nice.
It's awesome. The cast is amazing. So hopefully tune in on March 3rd for to hear me say horrific things.
Very horrific.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. And Lieutenant Bishop.
Hello. Once again, my name is Dan. I'm dmaple_gaming on Twitter. And I don't have too much going on, but you will be able to catch me in a one-shot, date to be determined, sometime in March or April. That will be through Martlet Games. And yeah, thank you for watching today, and thank you all so much for any donations you have made. It's such a great cause.
Thank you very much. And wrapping it up, Jenny's Janvier.
Hi, I'm Pher. You can follow me on Twitter at Pherbear. Thursday, you can find me over on the Greater Restoration Crew, 8 p.m. Eastern for Tales of Faerun, a D&D 5e campaign. Fridays, you can normally find me over on Chaotic Tiefling ATL, again, 8 p.m. Eastern for Thirsty Sword Lesbians. But this Friday, I'll actually be over on the French Tux channel for a D&D one-shot supporting Take This. And then Saturdays, you can find me over on Rolling D's 20s, 9 p.m. Eastern for Vampire the Masquerade, where I play Hecata Couture Baptiste.
Thank you very much. And I have been your storyteller, Captain Cliff. You can find me around the internet at the Vintage GM. Thank you very much for viewing. Thank you for all of your fun comments. Thank you for all the donations. You've been wonderful. This has been a great start to the day. Stay tuned because there's some amazing gaming coming up. So thank you very much, and keep being safe, healthy, and all that great stuff.
Bye.